What's up, YouTube? Sending you peace, abundance, blessings, happiness, joy, love, prosperity, health, wealth, all that. Alright, so today, I don't know what this camera is like. Y'all really love me? Help me get a camera, Help me get a camera. Alright, but today I want to have a little conversation. I want to talk about just some notes I took. I want to talk about, the occult a little bit, occult information, the hidden knowledge. We want to talk about the hidden world and um, just different points, not really getting like too deep into it, but I think some of these statements are more metaphysical than occult-like, but um, I just want to share some information, basically. So, sitting here, last night, and sometimes I get these downloads of different philosophies, different thought forms, and I just write it down. So my mouth is kind of dry too. I ain't even had no water yet, y'all. I just got up, took a shower, meditated a little bit, and now I'm here coming to you, trying to bring you this beautiful knowledge, these jewels and whatnot. So, anywho, I said a man is not his material possessions. They are just an aspect of his own consciousness. Okay. They are aspect of his own consciousness. So if you look around wherever you are, if you're at home, watching this video, you're in your car, you check out your material possessions, your rings, your jewels, your bracelets, your shoes, the clothes that you have, the items that you have on your dresser, you know, all the way down to, your living condition, how you're living, the cleanliness of your house, the not so cleanliness of your house, uh, the things you're manifesting on a daily basis, the job that you work, your wife, your kids, your husband, whatever. All of these things, all of these people are only aspects of your own consciousness. Now, so in order to change anything in your life, in order to get anything new in your life, the only way to get it is to first make it a part of your consciousness. You have to first, well, you're already connected to it. Whatever you can think of, whatever you can see in your mind, you are already connected to that on a non-physical level. So the only thing that needs work is your mind, is yourself. The only thing that you need to work on is yourself. There's no one else to blame. There's no one else to point the finger at. Although we do point the finger at others and say, this is your fault. If you wouldn't have done this, this wouldn't have happened. But everything that comes into your life is only drawn to you by your own consciousness. Okay. So we gotta, you gotta learn to stop blaming other people, and as some people would say, put on your big boy drawers and your big girl panties, and get on your shit, start doing your work. Stop blaming other people for how you feel, because what you feel is not. You may be reacting to something external, but the feeling that you feel still comes forth from within you. It's no way around that. You just, you know, you use the external object as as a reason or an excuse to feel the way that you feel. You know, whatever circumstance the situation may be. All right. So I also said you must have an occult-like standpoint of your own life, not being judgmental or being non-judgmental of your own actions, having a neutral standpoint and seeing both sides of the coin. All right, so a lot of times, I know myself for one, for sure. I, you know, at the time I was really like being really, really hard on myself, being really judgmental of myself and my own actions and things that I was doing that other people may not have approved of. They may say, "Oh, Markel, you wrong for that. Look at how it's making me feel, or what you're doing is causing me to feel like this, or what you're doing is causing people to feel like that, or this or that, or that action is wrong and this action is right." But you know, you have to being an occultist or a metaphysician, and coming from a neutral standpoint of any situation or circumstance, you have to see both sides of any situation. It's just like I tell you a little story. So this was just yesterday, actually, but I went to Barnes and Nobles, and as soon as I got in there, I found the book. The book was in a bag with a receipt from like 2 days ago, and I was like, shit, I'm about to take this to the counter and get the money for it. Like, it's not a book that I want to read. And obviously whoever had it or left it there was coming to return it anyway. So I got the book and I returned it. Now, part of me wanted to feel bad about this, but I had to think like, well, shit, there's some things that, I need or I could use this money for too, you know? And I'm pretty sure whoever else, whoever the other person was, maybe they could use it for something too. But having this understanding and knowing that there is no right or wrong and it's only all about perception, I was able to overcome those feelings and not, come down on myself or have this religious like mindset about it, thinking, oh, I'm going to be punished. I committed a sin. Like, nah, it's not that, because if you have ever read or ever heard of Aleister Crowley, or if you ever heard the saying that well, how does it go? It says, "Do as thou wilt, for that is the whole of the law." Do as thou wilt. So you can do what you want to do, but you just have to understand that there are actions and reactions to everything that you do. So moving on to the next point, I said, always recreate yourself. The only consistency is change. Make change deliberately, at the same time effortlessly. So it's just like now, I was thinking about coming to you and, recreating the same type of video that I made yesterday or the day before, but that's not what it's about. You always want to come with something new. You always want to come with something different, you know, and recreate yourself. You don't want to always be the same, because it gets bland, it gets boring, it gets worn out. And as a scientist or a magician, you know, you're supposed to try different things. You're supposed to experiment and see what happens when, you know, I put my adventuring stone in this corner of the room. Okay, let's see what happens when I put it in this corner of the room and light this many candles. Let's see what happens if I put it in the center of this pentagram or this tetragram or whatever you want to call it, you know. Let's see what happens when I bury it in my backyard. You know, you always want to try different things, try new things, always trying to find out what's the best way for you, you know. Okay. And of course, you know, the last thing I wrote down is occult means hidden knowledge or hidden world or spiritual world. And as an occultist, it is wise to seek out the hidden knowledge within yourself. So it's not just about reading books, reading occult books, you know, studying all these occultists. You know, that's one part of it. But there's also a dark side. There's also a dark side. And what we want to do is we want to go into that darkness willingly, you know, to seek out that hidden knowledge that is within us because we have the answers to all our questions. We have the solutions to all our problems, and we have the guidance that we need all within us. We have all the power, all the resources right here, right? It's just that you have to go within and seek those things out. So the search is not always external, you know. The search is internal. So take some time, you know, meditate, go within, do your work, you know, and transform yourself. Transform yourself. All right. So it's just something I wanted to talk about. I need to get some water because I'm thirsty. You know what I mean? I'm thirsty for you, boo boo. I'm thirsty. I'm thirsty. I'm a thirsty nigga. You know, I'm just playing, but but it's my video. Y'all sending out peace, blessings, love, prosperity, happiness, health, wealth, all that. Peace.